My name is Thomas Eaves. I'm the lead agent of the Eaves Realty Group at Keller Williams Realty, and if you're watching this video, chances are you're probably a builder rep or someone who is involved in the sale of new construction homes. That being the case, you, like me, most likely are more successful and make more money whenever you sell more houses. And so my team and I have been interviewing builder reps and people that are involved with new construction for the past several years now, and we asked them all the same question, which was, what are the roadblocks that prevent you from selling more properties, and more importantly, how can we help? What we found was almost all builders had the same three issues, the same three roadblocks that prevented them from selling more property. The first most common issue had to do with the buyer's financing, their ability to be pre-approved with the in-house lender, or their ability to be pre-approved by traditional lending standards, or perhaps it was a credit report issue. The second most common issue we found was buyers unable to make the commitment. They were unable to commit, sign the contract, commit to the sale. The third most common issue that we heard about was buyers that needed to sell a home that they currently owned in order to satisfy the builder's contingency and ultimately make the move on purchasing their new construction home. My team and I gathered all that information and we thought, okay, how can we resolve some of these issues so that we create the ultimate win-win-win situation for the builder, for ourselves, and for the buyer, perhaps most importantly. And here's what we came up with. The way we resolved the first issue, which had to do with the buyer's financing, is we realized that there was a trend that buyers were usually missing one piece. Either their credit score was too low, or they had recently changed jobs, or perhaps they were in a self-employed situation. And then what we found was that usually the issue with their pre-qualification was that perhaps the in-house lender wouldn't do it, perhaps someone who was very traditional 720 credit score, W-2, sort of traditional lending institution would not approve them. Some sort of reputable institution would, or there was some sort of program that could have helped them. There's usually some way to get it done for the buyer. We just have to go outside of what we usually do in order to accomplish that. And so we've interviewed a ton of different lending institutions and credit repair pros, and we found that in like 90% of these cases we're actually able to get this done for the buyer. And in a lot of cases, these lending institutions can even match the builder incentives that they would have gotten, or get very, very close as well. So it's a huge win for the buyer. The second issue that we sought to commit was the issue with the buyer committing to the sale. They want the house, and yet there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot that has to happen for them to get to that finish line, and they really struggle to see themselves at the finish line, and they really struggle to see how they're going to get from point A to point B. So what we've done is we've created a very comprehensive buyer consultation process that's really comforting, and we even have animated videos. They're 1 minute long, there's 4 of them, it's very, very simple, and it puts the buyer's mind at ease. It makes it incredibly easy to understand, and it puts them in a position where they will commit because they know everything that's going to happen. They're comfortable with the process. The third issue that we sought out to fix was the buyer needing to sell a home that they currently own in order to satisfy the builder's contingency. And so this was our favorite problem to solve because this is what we're the best at. We have something called an elite marketing strategy, which by the way is linked in the description of this video on YouTube, that allows our buyers to get some of the highest list to sales price ratios and some of the shortest durations on market of any other team or brokerage in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we've done that. We've also partnered with apartment complexes and storage facilities. Sometimes they're purchasing a home that's not built yet. So we've got 6 months of time here, and yet we need to put in a contract today, right? So in order to satisfy that contingency, what we do is we've got to sell it now, and we have to deal with a temporary living situation. We've sorted all of that out. It becomes a lot more palatable for the buyer whenever they realize, oh, okay, this is something that has been done before, and there's actually a system laid out, there's a process laid out, there are people in line that'll take care of us, and so we've set that up to where we can ultimately get that done for them. In addition to that, in many cases, the buyer simply wants to forego the traditional sales process on their property, and they'd rather just have some sort of iBuying institution purchase the home from them. We have one. We can do that for them in cash, sometimes in as little as 15 days. So that's something we've sorted out as well. By sorting out those 3 issues, what we've done is we've fixed a lot of the issues that get into the way of builders selling more properties, and we've created created the ultimate win-win-win situation. It is a win for the builder because ultimately you get to sell more houses, you get to move more inventory. It's a win for us because my team gets to earn a commission. And it's a huge win for the buyer, perhaps most importantly because they get exactly what they want, which is a fantastic new construction home that fits theirs and their family's needs. If selling more inventory is something that would be beneficial to you, that would be helpful to you, then by all means, you should partner with us. We should get into a conversation with one another. Our contact information, email address, website, and phone number is in the description of this video. Until then, again, my name is Thomas Eaves with the Eaves Realty Group at Keller Williams Realty. We look forward to being in business with you.